Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days, Season 7, Episode 13, The Dark is Rising. So we're just getting into it. I apologize for not doing my Married at First Sight recap. I'll just do a quick little overview before I start the 90 Day recap. Not much went down. Carla and Juan went on this boat ride, and the boat tipped over and Juan fell in the water and stuff. Pretty interesting, pretty funny. They were talking about his financial situation and everything, and how he makes his money and what he does with his money or whatever. Camille and Thomas, they went on a date. They seem to be doing well. NM and EKG called NM a homie, and NM didn't like that. But they seem to be getting along pretty fine. Madison and Alan are having a rough time because it doesn't seem like she says that Madison feels like Alan's a pushover, basically, and she just really doesn't seem all that into him. Alan is like kind of creeping her out just a tiny bit or whatever. There was a scene where Madison actually went on a workout with David from David and Michelle to talk about their marriages, and she told him that he needs to be a little bit more tougher with Michelle. So with David and Michelle, they're still not on the same page. This was the only episode that I didn't like David because he kept on cutting Michelle off every time she tried to speak and tried to figure things out and everything. And he just kept on cutting her off and everything, and she's just not into it, and she just needed space. And he just basically got an attitude, said that I'll give you all the space you need and everything. And she's just not into him. So that's all with Married at First Sight. So I apologize for not doing a full recap with that, but it is what it is. But anyway, now to 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. So the first couple I want to talk is, I'm going to start with Lauren and Faith today. So let me get them out the way. So Lauren and Faith, okay, so Lauren is in the town where he's meeting Faith's family. And last week he got to meet the family and all that. This week, like they went on a date basically, and Lauren asked Faith, "Am I still friend Lauren, or am I boyfriend Lauren now?" And surprisingly, Faith said boyfriend. So cool. But immediately after he said that, Lauren was talking about like marriage and everything and like citizenship in the Philippines. And he said that he wants to be with Faith. And I guess in the Philippines, same-sex marriage is not allowed. So like, because I guess like on paper, Lauren is still probably, not Lauren, Faith is still considered a man on paper in terms of the law and everything. So he suggested like they either one or two options. They either go to Thailand where it's acceptable, or to gain citizenship. Lauren wants to marry Faith's mother. And Faith was just like, what? I just don't get it. I really don't get, like, Lauren is just like, he just gets more disgusting as the day goes by. As every episode goes by, Lauren just gets more disgusting. So they go back to the house and everything, and like, Faith's just like, we'll have to think about all this, but in terms of marrying my mom, that's just crazy. So they go back to the house and meet with the sisters and the mother, and they bring up this conversation basically. And he brought up going to Thailand, and if not in Thailand, marrying the mother. And when he told the mother that he wanted to marry her for citizenship, the mother just looked at him like, "You ain't serious, are you? you making this crap up, aren't you?" And everything. And the mother is just like, "You know what? I am too old for you. I do not want no part of this. And good for her. Because like I said, that was just disgusting. I'm just it just keeps getting disgusting, and he just keeps saying things and doing things that is just disgusting, and I cannot stand him. So I'm sorry, Lauren, but it's just gross at this point. So yeah, that was Lauren and Faith. Next couple I want to talk is um, Brian and Ingrid. So Brian and Ingrid got to meet up with um, a friend that Brian had met while living in Brazil before. Ironically, his name was Brian and everything. Well, him and Ingrid are on vacation. So the Bryans and Ingrid meet up and everything. And they just started talking about like Brian's past again. The friend Brian asked, like, is it harder in the US to get divorced than it is in Brazil, basically? And then like Brian said that, I've been married 4 times. And Ingrid's like, 4 times? Quattro? Like I knew about she said she knew about his first 2 wives and everything, and knows that he's right now still legally married and fighting through. Like rumor has it he's still legally married and fighting with his ex-wife right now. And Ingrid knew that, but she didn't know that he was married 4 times. And and Brian just felt like he had no reason to tell her that because she didn't ask. And I'm just like, I hate when people do that, because like that's not something you hide. Like, he keeps saying, oh, I didn't lie about it, I just didn't tell you. Well, that's one of those things that you should have told, because that's something big and everything. And Ingrid had asked him, I was like, did your ex-wives like know your real age and everything? Because you told me you were originally 45. And he was like, if I was 45, and my daughter's 30, like that wouldn't have been good. And she was like, well, don't get mad at me for not doing the math, but you still should have told me your real age and stuff. So I guess like Brian told all his other wives and fiancés that his real age, because he's really 51. And so like Ingrid is just shocked, because she was just like, if you've been married 4 times, what is wrong with you? Like that is a lot. Brian tried to be nonchalant about it, say, no, it's not a lot and everything. Like, dude, that is a lot. 4 marriages, 4 marriages is a lot. And I don't blame Ingrid for being upset and everything. She's just like, this just lies after lies after lies with this guy. Like, and he thinks this is so like normal and funny. Like I don't get him either. Like I tried to be like cool with him because like, his story, but it's just like both Lauren and Brian, it's just like I can't with them. They just, you know, like I said, I cannot stand it when people say, "Oh, you didn't ask me, so I didn't tell you" and stuff. That's just something she shouldn't, especially if you want to marry this girl one day, especially if you want her to be intimate with you one day. So, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. So, yeah, I just wanted to get those two creepers out the way. The next couple I want to talk is Joe and Magda. So, Joe and Magda, as we know, Joe arrived in Poland with Magda. So, we seen them. They get back from the airport and they rest for a little bit. They are staying in separate rooms. Joey's not thrilled about it, but he has to accept it. They change and they go out around town and just get some drinks and just BS for a little bit. Then they go to this like pretzel baking class or whatever, and they're making pretzels out of dough and everything. And Joe is just making all kind of like sexual like comments and jokes and everything, kind of embarrassing Magda a little bit. She was like, "Stop, stop!" Like and everything. And everybody in the class was just like looking at him like, like really, dude, and everything. But they made some pretzels that looked like hearts and stuff and whatever, and it was cute. So then they decided to go out for drinks again, and they go out to this vodka place, And Magda decides to bring up what happened, like with the girl that he was intimate with before, like before they got together, or around the time they got together. So like she really interrogated him. It's like, what did you do with that girl? Like, and he tried to do a timeline, said that it was in April and stuff and everything, and like and she said, well, my birthday's in April, so you gave me flowers on my birthday, and after, like, what was the date? He kept on saying, I don't remember exactly the date. And she was like, you were intimate with somebody and you don't remember? He's like, I really don't. And she asked him, was it just one girl or was it multiple girls? And he was like, it was just one girl and everything. But judging by the previews of next week, he's hiding something. So there's probably going to be more to that story as well. Now, also, here's the thing, though. Magda is hiding something, too. She's hiding from Joe that she did move to Germany before, and I forgot to mention this last week. She moved to Germany to be with one of her boyfriends, but that didn't work out. But she needs to tell Joey that. But she's really interrogating him about that girl that he was intimate with. And she was just questioning him, like, well, how do I know you're not going to cheat or this and that again? And he's just like, you just have to trust my word and whatever. But I'm telling you that this conversation is just not done. She had like a serious look on her face, and she's like, I ain't playing with you, boy. I'm not playing with you. So that was Joe and Magda. The next couple I want to talk is Vanya and Bojo. They're done. They're done. Like I don't like, normally I don't say this, but Bojo used Vanya just to get on TV, clearly. Because last week he told his friends that that he's not, like, doesn't have any romantic feelings for Vanya, and they're just like, well, why is she here then, basically? And Vanya is upset and stormed off. This episode, she's outside crying about it. Bojo tried to come and talk to her. She did not want to hear it and everything. And his friends asked, well, what would you do if she comes back? Like, do you want her to come back? And he's just like, like, maybe, like, I don't know. And so he tries to go and talk to her, but she says no. So then the next day, he texts her, can you please meet up, my friend? Please meet up, my friend. You're a great friend. God bless you. You're a friend and everything. And she's just like, no, but, like, I don't really want to, but I'll do it anyway. So they meet up, and she says that you told me that you loved me before. And Bojo was saying that I never said that I love you. And she said that she pulled out the receipt. She pulled out the text and said, oh, look, right here. I love you. You didn't tell me that you love me today and stuff and everything. So he basically lied, and she basically caught him in a lie and stuff and everything. And he just started laughing, like, it was like, oh, that's just me. That's just me. I mean, like, dude, like, this woman came all the way from America to Croatia to be with you, and you had no feelings. You're lying. You don't really want to be with her. Like, you clearly used her to get on the show and stuff. So that's how I look at that. He used her to get on the show. And so, Vanya is done. Like, they're done. They are done. Looking at the previews next week, she's about to start mingling again. And I don't blame her. Like, this guy really used her. Now, I said last week, she does like to rush things a little bit, but this guy used her. Like, I mean, he did this girl really dirty. And I just, like, I don't know what's wrong with him. So yeah, he's the next one that needs to be called out, because, like, okay, if you're really, and I'm not mad that he's not into her. You don't have to be into somebody. We're not mad about that, but you're mad about not being honest with her, and like, leading her on to think some things. Like, if you really didn't have feelings for her, you needed to tell her that before she came here. She came here expecting a relationship, and she's getting nothing and everything. So she has a broken heart. And he's just laughing and being nonchalant about it, and it's just it's just ridiculous. I'm just disgusted with some of these guys this season. It's just like they're not representing us really well. So yeah, that was Vanya and Boja. Next couple I want to talk is Sunny and Vea. So Sunny and Vea, last week, as we know, Rory and Sunny met. And, it started off, conversation started off okay, then it kind of took a turn for the worse. And it led to Sunny storming off. And Vea chasing him again. And so Vea chases him, and she's like, "Sonny, I really want to be with you." And Sonny's just like, "Look, you really need to send him home. Like, there's no reason for you not to feel safe with me, for real. Yes, we get into a fight, but we don't like. It's not it. Like, I'm not gonna hurt you, basically, and everything. So it's either me or him, basically, and it's your choice, basically." And she ultimately is like, "I choose you. I choose you." But she said, "I choose you," but she said, she didn't say it, "I'm still not going to send Rory home," and everything. Because, I was looking at the descriptions for a future episode, and it said that an episode coming up is saying that Sunny and Rory are going to try to find peace together. So, but, and then Vega gonna talk about, I don't really like this ultimatum because I'm just hearing things about him that I don't like, and then this is not a fair ultimatum. Yes, it is a fair ultimatum because you brought your freaking ex to a freaking other country. And another thing, and I think I said this one other time, of all, she said she feels safe with Rory. Keaton, does she not remember that she's filming for a TV show? And she's got a whole camera crew and production crew around her 24/7, basically, and she doesn't feel safe. The production crew is not going to let anything happen to her. So why bring your ex of all people, your ex anyway? It's just, she's the weakest out of the girl. Well, other than Renee, her and Renee are the weakest out of the girls this season. To be honest with you. I'm glad we're done with Renee, but yeah, Vea just got just a little cuckoo there, but I agree with Sunny 100%. So sorry, Vea. I know everything that you went through in the past. I'm sorry, but this weird stuff with the ex, it's just everybody keeps saying they're Tim and Veronica 2.0 and stuff. So it is what it is. So that was Sunny and Vea. And then the last couple I want to talk is Niles and Matilda. Welcome back. Niles and Matilda, my favorite couple. So Niles and Matilda had, they're trying to do this knocking ceremony and everything. And Niles, as we know, doesn't want to get married on this trip. Well, they decided to go meet with the elder. His name is Mr. Ark. And I guess like Matilda doesn't really like him and stuff or whatever. But they need Mr. Ark to represent Niles as his father because Niles' family is not coming to Ghana for the wedding or anything or doesn't support this relationship. Well, he met Mr. Ark and he did a handshake with him, and he shook his right hand, but his right hand is like kind of like, I guess it's like he basically doesn't have a right hand, and he apologized for that. He didn't know, and Mr. Ark was just like, "Don't worry about that." So he asked him like, "How you liking Ghana? How you liking the motherland and stuff?" And he's like, "I do feel at home here and everything, whatever." And he was like, "Okay, let's cut to business." And now it's just like, we want to do this knocking ceremony, but I had to come back to get married. And he was just, and Mr. Ark was like, no, no, no. He got really defensive and mad. He was like, no, no, no. It don't work like that. You do both. The knocking ceremony, it doesn't even have to be big, but you can't do both, and I won't allow it. So he tried to explain, like, with the knocking ceremony, it doesn't have to be as extravagant as Matilda was projecting, because Matilda wanted to bring like 90 people to the knocking ceremony, not just the wedding, but the knocking ceremony. And I guess Mr. Ark said it doesn't really have to be like that, and it doesn't cost this much money as you think it does. So now it's just like, okay, well now with all this, knowing all of this, maybe Matilda is not is using me. So now, and I agree, because this was the one thing I was worried about in this relationship, was Matilda going to take advantage of him. And because she told so many people when she thought she was getting married and everything. Now I get it, she was excited, and I'm not knocking her for being excited, because I'd be getting excited on things like that too. But you know, Niles is a little bit, he has to take things like really slow with his disability and stuff and everything. And so like there was just a lot of confusion with that. And she tried to explain it to him, but like now it's just like, you didn't explain it that way. Maybe I misunderstood what you said and stuff and whatever. So they get in a car and have like their biggest fight ever. Matilda's yelling at him and say like you complaining about $200. This is that. I tried to tell you this is and that and everything. And now it's just like, like, Matilda, you didn't tell me that that the ceremony it was small. Like, you wanted to bring like 90 people, and Mr. Ark said that it doesn't have to be this big and everything. And then the money was, she was like, I needed $200 for the food, not and everything. When did I ever ask you for money and everything? Have you given me a dime? Blah 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 blah, blah and everything. And ultimately now it's just like, Matilda, please stop talking now. Please just stop talking. Like, but yeah, she was like screaming at him, just like, yeah, this was their worst fight ever and everything. Now, I have a feeling that Niles and Matilda are gonna get married on this trip. Judging by the previews of next week, I think it's gonna be like, Niles has said that he's made some mistakes, she's made some mistakes. It's gonna sound like they're gonna try to like break up, but I think they're gonna get married. Mark my word, they're gonna get married. They're gonna get married. So like, I think it's just a matter of time. And I think they'll work it out. But that argument was just her screaming at him. She does have a temper, and that was the first time he had to really experience that. She kept on saying, "You disgrace me, you embarrass me in front of Mr. Ark and his wife and everything. You made me sound so bad, blah blah blah, and everything." And he was just like, you didn't fully tell me all of this. This is why. Like, come on now, Matilda. Like, for real. So yeah, normally, yeah, we've been dragging Niles like all season, but this is the first time that we're gonna be getting on Matilda, because she really didn't explain all of this the right way and stuff and everything, you know. But I guess they're breaking Ghana tradition by doing all of this like this, but like I said, I think despite the mess they're in right now, I think they're gonna get married on this trip regardless. And that's just my opinion. But anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. We did not see, thank God, we also didn't see Tiger Lily and Adnan this episode. Like I said, we're done with Chidi and Renee. So yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow to recap the last part of the Other Way Tell-All. And it's Thanksgiving week, you guys, so be safe. Happy Thanksgiving. So here's where we're at with the shows. So tomorrow we wrap up the Other Way Tell-All. Then on Tuesday we'll do Married at First Sight. I don't know when I'll do that recap, just due to the holiday, because I got people coming over. I gotta work extra. I'm gonna work extra a lot this week as well. Then we'll be back. Then next week we'll be back with everything, and then the week after I'll be on vacation, so there'll be no recaps in a couple weeks when none of the shows. We might do a B90 recap, but there won't be a Last Resort recap or Married at First Sight recap that week, because I'll be on vacation. But then when I get back from vacation, we'll resume everything as normal. But anyway, guys, that is it in my review. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the last part of the Other Way Tell-All. And until then, y'all be safe and have a good one. Bye, y'all.